Personalized print on demand completely unlocks the creativity that we have in print on demand. Yes, there was already potentially unlimited creativity, but with personalization, our customers actually get to engage in that creative process. Today, I want to show you how to create a star map style personalized design. And welcome back to the channel. If you've never been here before, my name is Jacob Knowles. I am a 7-figure print on demand seller and e-commerce coach. And I would love to share my journey with you and also teach you step by step how to actually create personalized print on demand products in today's video using a tool called AnywherePOD. So glad that you are here. Let's dive right into this. Again, as I mentioned, you can see here, whether you sell on Etsy or Shopify, you're dealing with a lot of different potential with the star map personalized products. Now, the way that this works is your customer is going to actually input the personalized items here on Etsy. So you'll want to give them some instructions, and then they're going to leave their personalized information here in the box. When they order, you're going to get that information. There's a free website that allows you to generate these star maps. Okay, it's called starmap.ddendo. I believe that's how you say it. And this version of the star map is free to use. You can either click on a map to actually fill in your customer's information, or you can obviously fill it in manually here as well. And then you can download the design. So you do have a few other options here as to how you want it generated. You can generate it as a rectangle. Some of these features are paid features, but if you do it as a circle, you do it size small, then you can go ahead and download for free. But no worries, you can try it out on a free version. And then if you start getting a lot of sales, then you could always upgrade to premium later. So this is the website that we're going to use to generate the star maps. And then you'll also need AnywherePOD. So I've already actually created a version of this product that I plan on putting in my Shopify store and in my Etsy store. And I'm going to recreate this with you here today. Here's what it looks like. I have the location, the date, and then the name of the child. So designs on Etsy where, for example, this one here, they list out each individual child. So you have Oliver Jean, Miles Davis, and Ella Corrine as the 3 different names, and they each have their own different star map and they're 3 different colors. So this type of design seems like it's starting to take off. It's Etsy's pick. It's in 17 plus carts. Let's go ahead and dive straight into how we're going to do this. It's actually very easy to create these products. We're going to go over to AnywherePOD. I have a link for that in the description below, and you can link up your Etsy and your Shopify to AnywherePOD, and then you're going to link up your supplier. For suppliers, I recommend Printify and anyone else that you're using for print on demand, but Printify specifically for this tutorial, you're going to want to sign up for a Printify account. I've got a link for that in the description below. Let's go ahead and walk through this process. The first thing you will need is AnywherePOD. Link everything together. There are great tutorials on how to link everything together. I also have other videos on my channel that you can go and watch on how to actually get started with AnywherePOD. We're going to go straight to the product catalog. Now, in the product catalog, you're going to see all different types of products. This is print on demand, and if you're not familiar with print on demand, the 5-second rundown is we get to sell our designs on products that other people ship out and create. And that was probably longer than 5 seconds, but home goods, t-shirts, obviously, swimwear, everything that you can imagine, and you can customize it, and your customers can add their personalization if you're using AnywherePOD. Now, this doesn't just apply to Etsy. As I mentioned, I sell on Etsy, Amazon, and Shopify. Let's focus on our wall art. Now, could you do other products? Could you do a mug? Could you do a shirt? Yes, but those products have a lower profit margin in general, and there's no real advantage to trying to compete on a lower profit margin. We really want to focus on the profit per sale. And with wall art, with canvas art, you really have the potential to maximize your profit per sale. So let's go ahead and look at our options here. I'm going to uncheck our other suppliers and just focus on Printify. Again, if you don't have an account, I'd highly recommend signing up. It is free to do so. You get access to all of these products, and you will never pay for any of these products unless a customer buys from you first. So here are all of our canvas options at the moment. I really like the framed canvas options, and I want a horizontal frame to give myself more room for my style of design. Obviously, if you want to choose a different product, if you want to choose a different orientation, that is totally up to you, and I encourage you to exercise your creative freedom. Now, the first thing we're going to do is upload some artwork, and this artwork is going to be a placeholder image that the customer is going to see on your mockups. All right, we're here in Canva, and I'm going to hover over this template. It is the profile picture retro round frame. If you go to elements and then you search for round picture retro frame, something like that, you should find it by Sparkle Stroke, and it is free as well. So you're going to drag it onto your canvas. You're going to size it to where it takes up most of your horizontal space. You know, you want it to take up most of your horizontal canvas space, and then you're going to simply go to your uploads, and you can drag and drop your uploads into this circle. So for example, if you had a star map that you generated, you could simply drag it over here and then download it up here. Don't forget to do transparent background, download, and then you would have this ready to upload to AnywherePOD. And the same thing applies for the actual photo itself that we're going to be using as a mockup. So I'm not going to use my own personal photo for this. I'm going to use this one here, and I got this from pexels.com, which is a royalty-free image and video website that you can check out, and it will have a bunch of different images on there. I just typed in dad and child. So I grabbed this image, threw it in this circle, hit download, don't forget the transparency, download, and then you're going to be able to come back over to AnywherePOD, and you're going to be able to actually upload it here inside of AnywherePOD. So go ahead and make both circles for yourself, and when it comes to the star map, obviously just do a random star map. It really doesn't matter. Do one that looks cool, and then you can use that as the placeholder, because obviously you're going to come back in, and when your customer places an order with you, that star map will change. Their photo will also change because they're going to be sending you a photo to actually put into this circle. And so there will be a little bit of manual fulfillment after an order is placed with the customer, where you have to come in and swap the photos. That is really easy to do with AnywherePOD, and it will automate the text side of things to where you don't have to type in the text. It will take the customer's text information and it will fill it in automatically for you. So I'm going to go ahead and choose personalized on this, because this is the personalized image circle. We're going to enable the image cropper, and then we're going to crop to a custom shape. Next, you want to make sure that crop to custom shape is on. Then you're going to choose your file, and whenever you choose that file, then it's going to crop it to that specific shape. Make sure that it covers the exact space that you're looking for to where it matches. And then you can give it an option title. So this one can be photo upload 1. And then we're going to go ahead and add another image and artwork. And we'll want to add in that star map for the second circle. So obviously you can do this differently, but for this tutorial, this is how we're going to lay everything out. So to make sure that these actually match in size, we can go ahead and stack them on top of each other and just see if they correlate and they match. So let's go ahead and stack this one since it's the one that's on top, and go ahead and make sure that they match in size. So go ahead and go through and space these appropriately. And then don't forget to actually make this one personalized as well. You're gonna wanna make the star map personalized as well. So check that, enable image cropper and crop to custom shape. You're gonna choose, again, the exact same design that you used to crop to that same shape. And when you're presented with the cropped image, go ahead and make sure that it fits exactly like you want it to. That way your design is not messed up in any way or cropped in any weird ways. So just go ahead and line this up. Now we want to add in our text personalizations. The first piece of text is going to be non-variable, meaning it's not going to be customized. So I'm going to use the tried and true phrase that has been working for other sellers, but you can also do a little bit of research, find out what your customers are looking for and what they're into, and then do your own sort of phrase up here. I also highly recommend checking out different fonts instead of just sticking with the basic font. They have hundreds of fonts pre-installed inside of here. So let's go ahead and choose maybe this one here. I don't love it, so I'm gonna keep searching. This is a pretty good one here, but we need to make it a little bit smaller. And so in this case, we're not gonna be personalizing this text. And so we can move on to the next text element. We're going to drag this down underneath, and over here we can actually put the name, since this is going to be right next to the photo of the person that's going to be personalizing this with the name of their child. They can actually put the name here as well. So I'm going to put first, middle, and last name. And I just chose a random name for a placeholder, and we're going to just start there, and we're going to go ahead and choose personalized. We're going to choose uppercase text because I think it looks best. We're going to choose dynamic for font size so that the font size will change dynamically, and then we're also going to go ahead and pick a different font for this as well. So I went with the same font family. This one's called Indie Flower Regular and Indie Flower just plain. So there are two different options there. I really like how this looks capitalized especially, so that one looks nice. And let's go ahead and add in our next text element. Here they're going to put the actual date. And let's go ahead and choose personalization, uppercase text, put in a date for a placeholder. And then again, we're going to choose dynamic. And so let's go ahead and add in the final personalized text element here. So there are three elements: the name, the date, and then finally the place. And you can see as I add more information in, the text will actually get smaller and adjust for that. So if I start typing in Boulder, Colorado, United States, it actually still fits within the confined boundaries. So no matter what happens, if they type in something really long or really short, it's going to look good. It's going to look centered because look at how that looks. Maybe they just put Boulder, or maybe they put Boulder, Colorado. By the way, I just adopted a puppy named Boulder. That's why this is popping into my head. He's a little pit bull. Foster failed, basically. We were supposed to foster him, and now we're adopting him. So anyway, Boulder, Colorado is what we're going with location-wise. I like to put a little comma in there, but obviously your customer will choose whether or not they want to put a comma in there when they do their personalization. And so this looks really clean. Now I'm just going to go through and make sure that the text sizes make sense, readjust the layout a little bit. Guys, this is where your creativity comes in. Obviously, I don't think that everyone should go and release this exact design. This would be a good design to practice on, but if you're going out and you're trying to actually compete at this level, you need to be adding in your own creativity, you need to be adding in your own personality. And one thing that I would say is be sure to actually keep things simple. The simple scales, complex fails. 9 times out of 10, whenever I've had a product that takes off, it's something simple that can scale. Make sure that you're not going too complex. And let's go ahead and adjust this layout a little bit more. For the location, I forgot to do personalized on this. Obviously, this will be personalized as well. And I'm going to uppercase that one too. And I'm thinking that this is looking really good. I just want the location to stand out a little bit more, make that a bit bigger. And of course, guys, again, you could get very personalized with this. And you could add your own creativity in here where you have different colors. You can go through different options that you see on Etsy and get some inspiration. For example, this one's doing really well right now. Really great profit margin in lots of people's carts, Etsy's pick, and you can see that they've taken this concept to the next level. So that's just an example of one thing that you can do. They also have really good mock-up photos. This really helps sell your product to your customer at a higher price point. And they also offer customizations that you might want. So they really work with you on customizations and personalizations, and they're really succeeding in the print-on-demand world. So let's go ahead and go back over to AnywherePOD. This is what our design looks like. From here, we can click Create Product. You might want to adjust this, obviously. And this is a pretty basic design, but it does work. It is personalized. And what we're going to do from here is actually select our variants. We're going to select black and walnut for our frame color variants. And we can go ahead and preview those mockups if we want to kind of see what this is actually going to look like, and if we need to adjust our elements in any way, shape, or form. So let's go ahead and take a look at this now. Personally, I think this looks pretty good. Obviously, it could be improved on. We're in a very limited time frame here where I'm demonstrating how to actually create this product. So put your own creativity into it, spend some time with it, look at Amazon listings and Amazon reviews and Etsy reviews and see what people are saying they like about it. There's even Amazon AI that if you go to the reviews, it will summarize the basic principles behind the reviews, the pros and the cons. And if you can just basically read that one paragraph summary, you can get some light bulb moments on what you might want to offer on your product. So spend some time learning your audience, spend some time asking your friends and family what they would like to see, what they're interested in. And when they tell you products via word of mouth, they show you things, be sure to take note of that, because that's what's currently working in the marketplace. That's what people are currently interested in, and that's what we want to appeal to. We don't want to try and necessarily force our way into the market with products that we aren't necessarily sure are going to work. There's a time and place for the shotgun strategy like that, but we want to be more like a sniper and pinpoint the demand and hitting that demand with our products, and that's going to give you the most return on your investment with these larger margin products like this. If you're selling t-shirts on Amazon merch, shotgun method, just do it good enough, you're good to go. Etsy is starting to get to the point where the Etsy landscape is looking more like a more of a sniper landscape, where you can essentially hyper target things that your audience are looking for and cater to that, and you're going to be much more successful overall, especially if you offer something like personalization through a tool like AnywherePOD. And I would just like to emphasize that before AnywherePOD, I would have to hire a team of virtual assistants and do a bunch of manual tasks in order to make all of this possible. But AnywherePOD makes the listing process and the fulfillment process incredibly easy for the print-on-demand seller. So here's what our product looks like. On our mockups, we can actually go over to the listing page by clicking create product. It's going to create the template for us. Here we can fill out some additional details, our title, our description, our pricing, etc., and then we can publish to our different marketplaces. So you control your pricing. You can set that up however you like. I would recommend setting it up to where you have at least a 40 to 45% profit margin at minimum, and if you're running Facebook ads or paid ads, then you're going to probably want to have an even higher profit margin. So it really depends on your business model. It's impossible for me to tell you an exact price that will work for you. You also have to consider the offer that you're giving your customer. I highly recommend running at least 10%, 15% sales when a customer comes to your store, so that they feel incentivized to purchase from you today and not tomorrow, or from another seller who does have a better offer. And a 10% sale is the bare minimum. That is a very, very, very basic, lazy sale that anyone can run. And ultimately, if you really want to succeed, you're going to have a unique offer, something that encompasses a guarantee. It encompasses multiple elements of getting more value than what they're actually paying. You know, a buy one, get one free deal. When you price an item at $70 and it naturally someone's going to buy another item for their friend or family member and they get one for free, they're going to be a lot more incentivized to purchase from you, and they feel like the quality of the product is actually $70 and they're getting something for free, compared to the quality of the product is $35 and they need to buy two of them. And how would you rather structure that offer for your customers? That's what you need to be thinking about. I can go on a whole rant about structuring your offer in your e-commerce store. Especially as a Shopify seller, it's incredibly important to stand out with your offer. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. But for now, fill out your title, fill out your description. I have other videos on how to actually do this. Your tags, it's really not that hard to do. Look at the other listings that are ranking well and see what tags that they're ranking well with. Maybe use something like Etsy Hunt to see what kind of tags are ranking well but have low competition, and simply list your products. So that's really all there is to it, guys. At this point, a customer could come and purchase this wall art, and essentially you would get a notification on Shopify, Etsy, AnywherePOD, wherever you're selling, and then you would come in here, go over to the orders tab, and actually take those photos and swap them in for the product itself. I mean, it's truly unlimited what you can do with personalized print on demand. There are no limits. Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish with print on demand, whatever goals you have, learning how to create personalized products is going to probably help you reach those goals faster. Another thing I forgot to mention is that AnywherePOD makes mockups incredibly easy. You can go through all of the mockups that already have your design on there and then choose which ones will be going over to Etsy by simply checking the blue box underneath. You can also choose your primary image. So I think that this is a nice primary image, but honestly, I would probably choose one that is head on and straight on instead. So I'm probably going to choose this one here as my primary. And so you can choose your different mockups, and then what's really cool is you can come down here and actually generate a video, and again select the mockups that you want to use and save, and then it's going to generate that video for Etsy. This will make you stand out on Etsy. If a customer hovers over your listing, that video will start playing, and that's an advantage that you have. If another store isn't uploading videos to their products, you have a higher chance of actually ranking for those products and a higher chance of capturing your customers' attention. That's all I have for today. If you're interested in more print on demand tips, be sure to join the free Facebook group. Be sure to subscribe. I'm going to be releasing more ways that you can create personalized products like I'm scrolling through right now. There are unlimited possibilities. There are all kinds of new products that are coming out, and I love exploring different case studies of how to do product research and how to succeed in print on demand. Would love to have you in the community. Guys, comment below with any questions that you have, and be sure to sign up for Printify and AnywherePOD. I've got the links for those in the description conveniently for you. They are affiliate links. It does support the channel and helps me create more free content and more tutorials for you. So I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you create something awesome, and I'll see you in the next video.